As someone who's been running a social media agency for more than 10 years, I've seen every mistake and red flag in the book when it comes to things you shouldn't do with your social media marketing. A lot of my videos are about giving you tips about what you should do, but today I'm going to run you through 7 things you shouldn't, and on the chance you're doing one or more of these, this could actually give you a lot more value than what you should be doing, because you should stop it immediately. And here we go. Number 1 is don't be inconsistent. A lot of people overthink their posts or stick something up once a month or self-sabotage on their social media or post twice and wonder why they haven't gone viral. The key to any discipline that's going to get you progress, like going to the gym, is coming up with a plan and staying consistent to it. We recommend posting 3 to 5 times a week every week for something like a year before you really take a step back and critique how much value your organic social media has driven for your business. Next, don't be afraid to boost your posts. I've heard a lot of gurus and advertising experts out there say this is a terrible idea because maybe they think you should be using meta advertising and in the back end to be more strategic, or maybe they think if you're not going viral with your posts, then you're not succeeding on social media marketing. Boosting your posts is one of the cheapest, fastest, and most effective ways to make sure your content is getting in front of your ideal customers. This function is a great way to reach a random bunch of people, an audience you don't control, probably your own friends and family. So I really recommend against this. Hit that boost button, stick 10 or 20 bucks in it. Don't be afraid to have a play. It's probably the secret sauce you're missing in your current social media strategy and why it's not working. 3, you may have heard me say this before, don't focus on going viral. So many businesses and people assume that the way social media marketing is meant to work for your business is by going viral. But if you're lucky enough to go viral, which is few and far between, you're probably going to reach 1 million strangers all over the country or even in another country who have no realistic chance of actually becoming a customer, a follower, or part of your business. So don't just chase trends, try to be funny, flog your brand integrity with a view to go viral. It's a terrible social media strategy that doesn't work. 4 on the list is don't over-design your content and don't use ChatGPT to write your captions. There are some wonderful tools out there in the form of Canva and AI that can certainly help you. The beauty of social media is it allows you to connect with people on a personal level, and what it rewards is creativity, originality, authenticity. So turning everything into a flyer with a robot caption is a great way to miss the whole exercise. 5th, and this one's kind of specific, but it's a mistake I made for years, is don't use scheduling software for video content. As a social media agency, we lean heavily on software to be able to schedule posts in advance for our clients. However, the way that social media has evolved with video content being on trend and having music aligned with it is functionality not allowed for in these scheduling softwares. I noticed after scheduling 100 TikTok posts for social status and wondering why we were stuck in 200 view jail, that once we started posting manually on the platform with the functionality that allows was when it unlocked our growth, our reach, and our engagement. Next, don't just focus on followers. Much like going viral, so many people value their social media efforts on how many followers they have. And if you're a global fashion brand, sure, I guess you have mass appeal and having more followers gives you more reach, and you could focus on this as your number 1 metric. And how many followers you have really doesn't indicate how effective your social media marketing is. Assuming you have enough followers so you look credible, let's say that's a couple of hundred, maybe 1,000, that's a point where you can just relax on getting that number higher and higher and being desperate for growth, and just let it happen organically by putting out good content to the right audience and letting your followers grow with real people who can actually be customers of your business. And finally, a mistake I've been guilty of making as well, but I've seen so many people do this and it's such a quick win, is don't post and ghost, which is what we call it when people only care about getting their 3 or 5 posts up a week. So they jump on their platform, they come up with the creative, they put on their caption, they hit posts, and they log out or leave. The interactions that your content generates is what social media thrives on. If you're getting comments, likes, follows, and messages, if you can interact with them in real time and be conversational, you will watch your social media 10 times its effectiveness. So a huge mistake to avoid is not interacting with your audience, not responding to their comments, and being conversational. don't do the dreaded posting ghost. Hopefully those tips haven't exposed you too much on some behaviors that I've certainly been guilty of in the past, and I'm sure you may be guilty of one or two now. I know it's important to be realistic on how much time you have and are able to allocate to your social media marketing, but if you stop doing those 7 things, I promise it will become more effective and you'll probably find the results you've been waiting for. Hopefully that helps. I love what I do and I love helping businesses use social media to promote themselves. Please get in touch if we can help with your social media marketing. I'll see you on the next one.